Greetings, I'm Dr. Max Gomez at the 5th International Vatican Conference, and I am joined today by Dr. William Shrank from Humana. Welcome, Dr. Shrank. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Sure. Let's start with the idea here that, as I'm sure you do, we all attend a lot of different conferences, and they tend to be relatively narrowly focused on a particular theme, a disease, an organ, if you will. But this Vatican conference is really quite different. What do you think is the value behind that?
Well, I mean, I really do value having broader context around why whatever it is that we're talking about is important, and the breadth of this conference and the way we can sort of give more meaning to the impact and the sort of the value of the suggestions that are coming out of the discussion, I think are incredibly valuable.
We often think of health insurance companies, I think, as checkbooks that simply just pay the bills, right? But at Humana, you're really taking a much different approach, it sounds like here, using data to drive better care decisions and even address social determinants of health, like loneliness and others. Tell me a little bit about how you're using that, how you're using data to address these things.
Yeah, well, thank you for asking that really important question. We all know that health doesn't happen when you're in front of the doctor. It doesn't happen during those visits to the doctor. Health happens between visits to the doctor. Health happens on how you live all day, every day. And understanding sort of the very personal challenges and experiences of our members is at the core of our being able to help them improve their own health. So it means getting a better, deeper understanding of who they are, what their challenges are, what's getting in the way of their ability to achieve their best health. It means asking those hard questions about, do you have access to healthy food? Do you have problems with your housing? It also means leveraging the data that we sit on, which is pretty extraordinary, to better anticipate risk and to be able to be more proactive and create the right kind of outreach to try to help our members avoid those adverse health outcomes that are avoidable. And with that kind of an approach, that kind of an orientation, we think we can be a much better partner for our members to help them achieve their best health.
And some people would say, well, sure, that helps you drive down your costs, but it really is a win-win for both sides, no?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the model, we're a company that focuses disproportionately on serving the most vulnerable, senior, frail members. The beautiful thing about the sort of the structure of the Medicare Advantage program, which is where we spend most of our time, is that there is a business context to do the right thing. We've created the right structure, the business structure, to reward investments in supporting the prevention of disease, to better manage disease, and to better just improve the health of everybody we serve.
Social connectivity has been now focused upon as a very important part of physical health. How is Humana working to improve social connectivity to, in the end, improve overall health?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking that too. There's so much evidence now that highlights both the increasing rates of loneliness and social isolation, and also the dramatic health consequences. And it's not something we can solve alone. It's not something that we can't solve without asking. We've got to get out and ask our members and ask everyone we know. That's something we need to understand. Who's suffering from social isolation? And we've got a whole host of ways to intervene, whether it's in communities, supporting the places where our members are congregating today, or offering a whole host of support structures to try to enhance the sense of connectivity of our members. We know that we have a role to play, but we can only really do it successfully if we destigmatize the problem of social isolation and have that conversation.
So true. Dr. William Shrank, thank you for giving us a different way of looking at health health insurance and what we need really to stay healthy and prevent disease. Thank you for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.